Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. At kung bago ka sa channel na to, I'm Za and this is Za Canada. Once again, thank you so much sa lahat ng mga subscribers na patuloy na nagsasubscribe kahit wala akong upload lately. But right now, I will be consistent as much as possible. Yan. Anyway, again, we are going to talk about the BCPNP because as of May 28, 2026, they rolled out their new rules, yung bago nilang rules at kung sino-sino lang ang madodraw for the BCPNP program. And at the same time, there is this thing they call a one-time initiative. So sino-sino nga ba yung pwedeng madraw or pwedeng mabigyan ng invitation to apply para sa one-time initiative na yan? So, kung ikaw ay isang tao na nandito ngayon sa British Columbia or balak pa lang pumunta rito sa British Columbia, then this video is meant to find you. Panoorin hanggang dulo.
From islands to maple leaves, strength of a heart that believes. Goodbye to Manila, hello to the crisp air, taking a risk with a dream and
So, unang-una, bakit nga ba nagkaroon ng major changes sa BCPNP? Well, as we all know, nabawasan ang federal nomination allocation. Si federal, yan yung pinakagobyerno na nagbibigay ng quota, kumbaga, ng quota sa bawat province kung ilan lang ang pwedeng mabigyan ng mga invitation to apply na eventually maging permanent resident ng Canada. And dahil nga limitado ang options, ang BC or ang British Columbia is napilitan na mag-strategize. So, kailangan ng BC na gamitin ng tama yung allocation na ibinigay nila. So, if you have watched my previous episode, I talk about the same thing. And it says there na instead na 9,000 kasi 9,000 yung na-request ni BC. However, 5,200 lang yung ibinigay. So, imagine, almost kalahati lang yung ibinigay. So, ang ginawa ni BC is, instead of inviting many occupations, yung lahat ng occupation na kagaya ng ginagawa nila dati, ang ginawa nila ngayon is nag-focus ang province sa may mga pinakamalaking labor shortages. At dito na nga pumapasok yung care, yung build, and yung innovate. So, iisa-isahin natin yan. Ano nga ba yung mga trabaho na naki-care, kay build, and innovate? Okay, magsimula tayo sa care. Sa care, well, of course, kasama dyan ang mga taong nagtatrabaho or parte ng healthcare industry. Siyempre, nandyan ang doktor, nandyan ang nurse, nandyan ang iba't iba pa, mga medical laboratory technologies. Basta yun. I will post the link. I will attach the link below kung alin-alin yung mga occupation and NOC na nadodrop for healthcare category. But when it comes to care ng BC, hindi ibig sabihin na para lang yan sa mga doktor or nurse o yung mga tao nagtatrabaho sa mga ospital. Sa care, kasama dyan ang early childhood educator, na kagaya ko, veterinarian, and veterinary technologies. So, yan ang mga occupation na may or mga industry na may labor shortages. So, yan ang mga trabaho na kasali sa care. Now, let's talk about the build. Yung build naman ay priority ng industry priority ng BC para sa mga nagtatrabaho sa construction industry. So, syempre, yan yung mga construction workers, yung mga Red Seal certificate, welder, Again, kung ikaw ay isa sa mga tao na nagtatrabaho sa construction industry sa Pilipinas o sa labas ng Pilipinas o sa labas ng Canada, then you have to check the qualifications sa BC website, sa Welcome BC website. Kasi hindi ibig sabihin na nagtatrabaho ka na sa isang construction, automatic manonominate ka na. So there are still qualifications that you need to pass or that you need to get in order for you to qualify diyan sa construction or sa build category ni BC. Okay? And the next one is the Innovate priority. The Innovate priority is yun naman yung mga broader occupation focused draw. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, ito yung mga highly skilled, highly paid, and high economic workers. So, kung napapansin nyo, yung mga ibang, kung pupunta kayo sa Welcome BC, again, yan yung official website kasi ng BC or ng BCPNP. Kung napapansin nyo, may tinatawag silang high impact draw. High impact draw are these people with higher salary. So, may big salary sila, may economic contribution, skills level, and labor market impact. As far as I know, yung latest na dinron nila for the high impact category has a salary of $65 per hour. So, paki-comment sa baba kung ano-ano yung mga occupation na yan. At kung isa ka dyan sa mga nabigyan ng invitation to apply sa high impact draw, baka naman. Okay, hindi. Maki-comment naman sa baba kung anong occupation ka para magkaroon kami ng idea kung ano-ano yung mga jobs na pwedeng makasali sa high impact draw. So again, that doesn't mean that kung wala ka sa care, kung wala ka sa build, pwede ka naman sa high impact as long as you have that type of salary. Kasi dito sa BC, mas malaki ang sahod mo, mas malaki yung points na ibibigay para sa iyo. Okay? So, and if you can remember, I mentioned at the beginning of this video is yung one-time initiative. Si one-time initiative is magbubukas siya ng temporary initiative para makatulong sa mga healthcare support workers sa rural at remote communities. So, just so you know, hindi ito para sa lahat. Para ito sa mga tao na nagtatrabaho na sa mga healthcare facility. For example, sa Vancouver Coastal Health, isa ka dyan sa mga nagtatrabaho sa cleaning or maintenance. And kung isa ka sa mga taong nagtatrabaho dyan, then you have an option. You have the chance to be invited para dito sa one-time initiative nila. Again, there are qualifications bago ka makasali dyan. Pero this is actually great news, especially dun sa mga tao na nawawalan na ng pag-asa. And kung ikaw yan, or kung napapanood mo tong video na to, then go to the website, go to the Welcome BC website kasi hindi ito permanent stream. Again, limited lang. Again, there's only 250. Hindi ito regular draw at meron siyang special one-time initiative. Okay? And let's just say that there are applicants that were eliminated from the pool ng BCPNP. At ito na nga yung student stream, yung dedicated tech draws, yung entry-level and semi-skilled workers. So ito yung mga dating nakasali sa pool ng BCPNP pero nabigyan sila ng letter na hindi na sila makakasali dun sa mga draws na gagawin ni BCPNP kasi nga wala na sila sa mga priority occupation. But the thing is, if you are still in Canada, and if you have watched my previous video as well, make sure that you do not rely on just one or two, probably. If one or two stream para maging permanent resident dito sa Canada. There are a lot of streams here in Canada. For example, if you land here as a student permit, kung may student permit ka, pag land mo dito, kunyari, student permit ka, and you find a job suddenly in healthcare, then check mo kung ano ang pwedeng stream mo kung sakali mong matapos yung kung sakali mong matapos yung Canadian experience mo. Again, you don't have to wait until like 6 months or 3 months before the expiry of your work permit. So make sure that before it expires, you already have a backup plan. And there are really a lot of streams here in Canada. So kung halimbawa nasa metropolitan area ka, like Vancouver, GTA, or Calgary. I'm not sure if Calgary is also included in one of the metropolitan areas. Pero kung isa ka sa mga tao na nagtatrabaho sa city, then you may want to look for an option in the remote communities, dun sa mga medyo malalayo sa city, kasi most of the time the streams or the PR streams are in the remote areas. Kung sakali namang wala kang option. Again, there are so much options. Pero, syempre, hindi mo siya hahanapin kapag mag-e-expire pa o mag-e-expire na ang iyong status. So, make sure that at least a year before or more, you already know what to do before it expires. Okay? So, going back to BC-PNP. So, kung ikaw ay isang healthcare worker, ECE, skilled trades worker, high-skilled professional, then, maganda ang magiging position mo sa BC-PNP kasi you have the possibility of getting an ITA. And just a reminder, hindi lahat nakaka-receive ng ITA. Hindi porket nagtatrabaho ka dyan, makaka-receive ka na automatic ng ITA. So, you have to check your points. Okay? Check your points in the BC-PNP website. So, Welcome BC. Otherwise, there are a lot of websites that you can, ang tawag yan, na pwede nyo laruin at i-check nyo kung ano ang pwedeng maging points nyo sa BC-PNP kung sakali kayo. Halimbawa, kung may 5-year work experience kayo, kung may ganitong language test kayo, ano magiging score nyo, kung magkakaroon kayo ng ganitong sweldo, ano magiging score nyo. So, try nyong i-check, paglaruan yung website na yun. Tapos, only naman nasa Google lang naman So, pag nakita nyo at pasok kayo sa banga, then, create a profile, then who knows, probably, you get an invitation to apply. Okay? So, again, kung may natutunan kayo sa video na to, don't forget to like and subscribe into my channel. At yun, that should be it for now. Until next time. At laging tatandaan, hindi kailangan maraming pera, basta may peace of mind. Until next time. Bye-bye. See ya.
Finding our rhythm in this glorious life.